Phlster's Enigma system for those times that you absolutely have to leave the house and go to Walmart in sweatpants. Okay, look, I love to joke about people of Walmart and wearing shit like, Crocs and sweatpants outside the house, but this Enigma Express, this thing is serious business. Over the last couple of years, I've tried out several items from Phlster, and you know me, I don't hold anything back. I had my issues with the standard Enigma, but you know what? Now it's time for round 2 with the Enigma Express. So real quick before we get started, just so we're all up to speed, there are 3 types of Enigma holsters. First, you have the standard Enigma. That's this guy here. Now, this one is made so that you use your own holster to mount to it. All it is the belt and the platform. Next, you have the light-bearing Enigma, which is made for holsters that are light-bearing, as the name suggests. Then you have this. This is the Enigma Express. And it is different in that it's actually the full setup. With the Express, you get the Enigma platform, but it comes with a holster attached to it already. Personally, I'd like to see a wider variety of options for the Express. But as of right now, you do have several different guns available. You got a couple Glocks, you got a couple SIGs. You can get one for the Shield, and just recently, they added one to the lineup for the Springfield Hellcat Pro. For a full detail list, head over to the Phlster site and just check it out. The whole point of the Enigma is concealment in situations and outfits that you normally wouldn't be able to conceal with. With the Enigma, you don't have to be wearing jeans, you don't need to be wearing a belt. You can get away with leaving the house in just about anything and still be able to conceal carry. Let's start this review with the gun, shall we? Right here, I have the Springfield Hellcat Pro. Its big advantage is that it is slim and easy to conceal while still having a reasonable capacity as a concealed carry pistol. The same day that the Enigma Express was posted on the Phlster site for the Hellcat Pro, I went ahead and ordered one. It is of course summertime, and I've been wearing the Enigma Express pretty much all the time when I'm not at work. Here's the big spoiler. It's perfect. Let me backtrack on that for a second. It is perfect within the usage and situations that I purchased it for. Here's an example. A typical workday for me, I am wearing thick-ass Carhartt jeans, and I work in an environment where wearing the Enigma wouldn't necessarily be comfortable because I'm already having to wear a belt and thick jeans, of course, and also I can't conceal carry while on the clock. Technically I could, but with the type of work that I do, it wouldn't be comfortable at all. Personally, I just keep my gun locked up in my toolbox during working hours, and then when I'm done, I go ahead and I put it back in the Mechanic Talon holster, back into my pants, and I'm ready to go home. In that particular situation, the Talon, it is quick and easy. I can just grab it, I can shove it down the front of my pants, and I can get going. In contrast, if I were using something like this Enigma, in order to get it set up properly, I would have to go to the bathroom, take my pants down, put this on underneath of the pants, pull my pants back up, tighten down my belt, and then I'm ready to go ahead and get out of there and go home. For that particular scenario, there is zero advantage to me for the Enigma. Now my days off are a hell of a lot different. My days off are where the Enigma is the perfect choice for me. Hanging out around the house in sweatpants, just relaxing, I can wear the Enigma and I can be prepared. I can be comfortable and I can be discreet. It's been unusually hot since I got the Enigma Express delivered. Summertime in Washington is hot and it's humid. All I want to do is wear comfortable shorts and try to beat the heat. Most of the shorts that I'm wearing on my days off during the summertime, they don't use a belt. Most of them are thin, drawstring style shorts. Basketball type shorts. Don't judge me. I'm trying to stay cool out here. Luckily, the Enigma Express is the perfect fit for that. If I need to go to the store or run some kind of stupid ass errands on my days off, I can do that without having to sacrifice either changing into something else to be able to conceal carry or potentially not conceal carrying at all just so that I can stay comfortable. So the Enigma Express, I have done 2 modifications so far. The first thing that I did, I got the belt sized right about where I wanted it. I left some excess and then I cut off the rest. Of course, I did go ahead and burn the end so that it doesn't fray off. Next, I went ahead and had about a 2-inch strip of Velcro sewn in there. The reason that I did that is so that I have some excess here, a little tail, if you will. And that tail is held securely onto the belt. It's not flopping around, it's not hanging down. I don't have to wrap it up around and tuck it in. It's where it is. Now, I did go ahead and leave enough excess here so that I can gain a couple of pounds, I can lose a couple of pounds, and I can still make an adjustment because I have Velcro. You know you're getting old when you're excited about Velcro. So the next modification that I did, actually, it wasn't even my idea. I gotta give credit to the Citizen Response channel. I'll go ahead and leave a link down below in the description. So what I did was I ordered a cheap belt clip off of Amazon. I don't even remember how much this was. This was in a pack that I bought quite a while ago for some other holster needs, and I just happened to have an extra one. So what I did was I mounted that to the platform right here with the screws for the concealment claw. This is probably the best thing that you can do if you own any of the Enigma holsters. The Enigma has this leg leash. Now the leg leash wraps around your leg, of course. It keeps the holster securely where it's supposed to be when you draw. Adding this belt clip to the front adds just a little bit more stability, but also, and even more importantly, if you're wearing the Enigma, chances are you're wearing more thin or light type material, shorts or pants or whatever. I found personally that while using it, those shorts or pants want to ride up. If your shorts ride up over the top of the holster, you're going to end up with some sort of obstruction if you ever actually have to use it. So that's where the belt clip comes in. The belt clip, of course, is going to hold your pants or shorts right where they're supposed to be. You're not going to get any of that movement with your pants going up over and covering the gun. Now, I have seen some videos where people actually prefer to use this in more of a deep concealment situation where they have the Enigma riding super low and their pants are actually up over the top of the gun. Now, if that's the way that you like to carry it, that's fine. But I found I like to have it accessible. I don't like to have anything obstructing the grip on my pistol. If I need to reach down and grab it, I already have to move my concealment garment out of the way, whether it's, you know, my t-shirt or whatever. I don't want to have to, you know, fight with the top of my shorts to get down to it as well. I actually came across a video with the Citizen Response channel, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about how he added the belt clip for the added stability and to keep his shorts from coming up over the top of the holster. And I thought to myself, why in the hell hasn't anybody else thought of this yet? Immediately went ahead and got one of those belt clips and hooked it up on mine. And you know what? It has been a game changer as far as the Enigma Express goes. Phlster, I know I've been kind of hard on you guys, but hey, that's just me. If you guys happen to catch this video, maybe think about in future designs either adding the belt clip or adding it as an option to this holster. Maybe try it out yourselves. I absolutely love this addition to the Enigma Express. Now, my one complaint about it is that the only belt clip that I had, it's pretty thick, it's pretty beefy. Something a little bit more slim and streamlined would work a lot better, but it's what I had. You know, I didn't have to spend a crap ton of money on it, so that was a plus too. Realistically, I don't even have any critical comments to make about the Enigma Express. This is actually a first. I think as it ships, it's pretty much perfect. It's definitely a better product than the standard Enigma. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the difference in design between the two, the Enigma and the Enigma Express. Those plates are definitely different. The Enigma Express is definitely a little bit shorter because it doesn't have, you know, a bunch of length on both sides for the adjustment for where the belt attaches to. The belt attachment is definitely a little bit different. And all in all, the Enigma Express feels a little bit stiffer. It doesn't have as much give to it as the regular Enigma does. The Express is a little bit more stiff and rigid. So I think that adds in its stability. Basically, there's not a lot of excess material on the ends, so that shored it up quite a bit from the original version. There are all these little details that are different between the standard Enigma and the Enigma Express, but the Express comes out as the clear winner for me. As much as I have tried to find some sort of negative, some sort of downfall with the Express, I've pretty much come up short. The one thing for me that maybe it's not a negative, it's just something that for me is kind of Phlster uses their skeletonized holster for these Enigma Express. Now the skeletonized holster, that thing is actually top notch. They've got set retention, and even though I actually prefer adjustable retention, the set retention on that holster is pretty much where it should be. I don't know that I would loosen or tighten it from where it comes from the factory, so that's a big plus. Phlster definitely nailed it. The other thing is that the holster is pretty slim and streamlined. It doesn't have a bunch of excess material or stuff that could be cut down. It is just as much material as it needs to be. The other thing is the holster can be used for both right and left-handed shooters. All you have to do is take the hardware off, swap it to the other side, and boom, you're good to go. That versatility is great, but for me, it leads to the actual one downfall that I was able to find, and that's the sweat guard. Actually, it's the lack of a sweat guard. Obviously, when you have a holster like the Phlster skeletonized holster, you can't have a high sweat guard on it and still have it be reversible for both left and right-handed shooters. I get that. Here's my position on sweat guards though. I'm fat. Okay, maybe I'm not fat, but I am carrying a few extra pounds, a few more than I'd like to. If I'm holstering a gun that has no sweat guard, 9 out of 10 times my excess shirt material wants to go down into that holster. If it's not my shirt material, it is my excess belly skin that wants to hang over the edge of that holster and get pinched when I put my gun in there. The high sweat guard, of course, as its name implies, guards the gun from the sweat, but also helps guide the gun in when holstering. All in all, I understand why it is that Phlster used their skeletonized holster for the Enigma Express. I also fully understand why it is that that holster has no real sweat guard. Honestly, it's nowhere near a deal breaker for this thing. The sweat guard is just one of those little things that I like to have on my holsters that I don't have on the Enigma Express. And you know what? It's okay. It is no big deal. Life goes on. The Enigma Express, still a damn good option for concealed carry. I'd actually like to put a Phlster holster onto the standard Enigma that I have, just to do kind of a side-by-side comparison and see which one performs better. If Phlster ends up making a holster for the M&P that's compatible with the standard Enigma, I'll probably go ahead and get one and mount it up and see what happens. For now though, the Enigma Express with the Hellcat Pro, that is my go-to configuration on these hot days. It's my go-to when I just want to wear comfortable clothes, or if I don't want to get dressed, fully dressed, in my standard conceal carry type clothing. One of the things that I love about Phlster's Enigma is that today it's going to be hot as balls. As soon as the sun comes up a little bit more, it's going to be miserable out. So I can get away with wearing really thin clothing. Right now I've just got a t-shirt and some thin shorts on. So when I go out and about today, I'm going to stay cool, but I can also still stay deeply concealed with my pistol. Not only that, but I still have really fast and easy access to it. That in itself is a huge bonus. You know, my 360 Tactical Solution t-shirts, those are about the only thing that I leave the house in that would give any type of indicator that I even own firearms. I'm not against open carrying or, the whatever type of clothing that lets people know loud and proud that you support the Second Amendment. Using the Enigma Express gives me that element of surprise that I otherwise wouldn't be able to have. I'm out and about in some lame t-shirt and shorts. I look like any other non-threatening pedestrian in the grocery store or at the park or wherever. If some shit pops off, I'm not going to stand out from the crowd whatsoever. I'll be able to blend in and have a better chance of using that element of surprise to potentially neutralize any threat that may occur. That's just me. That's my process. You do you, but I like to fly in under the radar, and there is no way that I could be as inconspicuous as I am when I'm out and about without the Enigma Express. Now, this last 2 months, I have seriously come to rely on the Enigma Express as part of my daily concealed carry routine. The more that I use it, the more comfortable that I get with it, the more that I can tell if you really seriously want a discreet and comfortable system for concealed carry, the Enigma Express is probably a really good option for you. That's it. That's all I have to say about the Enigma Express. It is a great system. No negatives. Thumbs up all the way around. That's it for today, guys. I will see you back here very soon.